And why that hooked up to that? Why?
Facebook will help you.
That's yeah. The thing is, right? It's supposed to go to the HP. I don't see them going to the HP after that.
Yeah, it's showing on this.
Yes, sir. And I seen the muscle line. Actually, it's showing on Facebook. It's saying, you know, proper. You should have a proper device on Facebook. Some was better than the
Alright, so we live now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Shalom. Yahweh brothers. I'm Peace of Sagalawan, and this is the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General Yohanna. Alright, let me see if it just. Let me shake them on. Here's the huge.
It's not the second one in the publishing.
Yeah. You see it on your Facebook, so?
On your Facebook, I see it. I see it on the page as well.
See it on the YouTube.
Yes, on YouTube. I see it on the Facebook.
Should
Check it out.
yeah, yeah. So, you might just have to come out of the you might have to end the live on the YouTube. Because the YouTube will be facing you now. So you gotta end the live. No, very nice. Yeah. Right. So again, yes, I'm Christian Sagalo and the I.S.U.P.K and the Commanding General Yohanna, right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Today's going to break it down for World War III prophecy. Right, last week we went into World War III. Today is part 2 of World War III. Right, so I will give Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 7. Right, the Lord is stirring them up right now. Right now, the Lord is stirring up all those races and them. So we could finally have World War III. Right, and a different society is going to establish on earth. Where black people who is the Israelites, they will be ruling the earth with Christ as our king. Right, so that is what we're going here right now. World War III is coming. Right, this is, the other day they show I think this is the Afghan and them is the Afghan killed 13 US people in the airport, or the Taliban? The Taliban killed 13 of them. So now Joe Biden now had to send. They say he sent some warships across some planes, some jets, and started bombing them up. So everything is falling out. World War III is coming. It was prophesied in the Bible, and today we're going to speak about it. Right here is just part 2. So you have 13 and 7.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
Right? Shall all hands be faint. Right? The faint is talking about passing out. Everybody is going to be, weak and sorrowful. I just want to look at it's Isaiah 13 and 7, right? Right? All hands shall be faint, right? And every man's heart shall melt. Everybody going, when they see all that destruction going on, it's going to be a lot of passing out. People going to faint. They're going to get weak. When they see all that destruction taking place because of World War III. Right? World War III is going to be a horrible, horrible place, and a lot of people are going to be fainting and passing out. As soon as the war starts, people are going to be like, yeah, man, why this war can't finish, boy? Why it can't end? People are going to wish they're going to be over. Right? When they see Christ and the angels come, when Christ and his angels come on the chariots, people are going to see things they never saw before. People are going to see real powers they're going to see. Not what it is you be seen on TV with Zeus and all them other fake gods and them. Nah, they're going to see real powers. A black man by the name of Christ with 200 million black angels.
Right.
When they come down through the sky, people are going to see real powers. People go and faint. People go faint, they're going to be scared, they're going to be weak, people won't know what to do. People won't know who to turn to ask them what should we do. It's going to be a sad day. Right? It's going to be a good day for us because we want World War III to come. But that is the day that black people are going to be free. Right? We're going to be free from all these diseases and sickness. Christ will be ruling over us. We're going to establish our kingdom. Right. Finally, at last, we're going to be saved from all the hardship and bondage of all these heathens and them, the white man, the Chinese, the East Indians, all oppressing black people. We're going to be saved, finally.
Right.
Right? Yeah, well.
Verse 8. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them.
Pangs and sorrows. Okay, so everybody's going to be afraid of us. Right? I didn't say this one last week, right? I'm trying to remember if I say this one. This is one, right? That's it. So pangs is like a painful emotion. I think I did say this one last week. Right. Right, no, sir. So pangs is like a painful emotion that will.
I say no, sir. Even though you mentioned it as well.
Yeah, no, sir. So the pang is a painful emotion that will take hold on them heathens and them and Israelites who is with the heathens. Right? That is how it's going to be a painful emotion that will take over the Israelites and the Israelites who is with the heathens. The heathens going to be in so much pain. They will be in pain like how a pregnant woman does be in pain. That is how they're going to be in pain. Right? Yeah. Okay. Right? That is it. I think the faces like flames, I hadn't mentioned that. Faces like flames is like fear and sadness, intense suffering. The faces like flames, intense sadness or suffering. Right?
They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Verse 9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger.
Wrath, fierce anger. So cruel, the heathens is going to be, suffering. We're going to be suffering. Right? Not us, the heathens and them. Fire will destroy the land, sinners and them going to be destroyed. The sinners is both the Israelites is the sinners, and them heathens and them. Right? We're going to be destroyed. Well,
to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Verse 10. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light.
Right? For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. That is talking about like leadership, and government will not help us or guide us. Anybody is going to guide us or help us. Right? It's going to be every man for himself. Right? The stars, the constellations, there'll be no wisdom, no understanding. Nobody will know what to do or who to go to. Right? That's talking about. Yeah.
The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause the light to shine.
Yeah, wisdom and understanding, right? No wisdom, no understanding, right?
Verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity.
The Lord will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. Right? The Lord is going to punish everybody for smoking weed, selling drugs, etc. like that. That is what the Lord wants to punish people who go in the strip club, adulterers, evil and wicked people. The Lord is going to punish them. Yeah, go ahead.
And I will cause the arrogance of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
Right? The anger of the arrogant sees like all the arrogant people who say they're rich and they're wealthy and they're strong, nothing can happen to me. Trump saying nothing can happen to him, Biden saying nothing can happen to him, Rockefellers saying nothing can happen to them, who are Bill Gates, the rich, the proud people, right? The people who are strong, who high up, the haughtiness is proudness. All of them go and say, you want them all over feel my anger. Right? Where what was it now?
Verse 12. The book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 12.
Where?
And I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man the gold wedge of Ophir.
Right, wedge of Ophir. Right, that is fine gold. He will make a man more precious than fine gold. So talking about the Israelites, right? Specifically men in the U.P.K. Right? Specifically men in the U.P.K. is going to make more precious than fine gold. Like back then, people don't want to hear us. The Nation of Islam was out rampant. Everybody want to hear the Nation of Islam. We was the first person to say the white man is the devil. The Nation of Islam started to say the white man is the devil. They listen to them rather than listen to us and say it's them who invented it. Yeah, so back then people don't want to hear us, but now everybody's trying to hear us. They're calling us, you make a video about something, everybody's seeing it. They're calling you to find out whether they're for it or they're against it. Everybody wants to hear what the U.P.K. had to say. Go ahead.
Sometimes they make mention as well, anything come out of anybody mouth outside that the U.P.K. don't believe it. So even though they're saying that, don't believe it. Because now, as I say, they accept gifts. In here, we stand for the Lord.
Yeah, we stand for the Lord. We don't accept no gifts. Right? People want very soon people want to kick down walls, kick down doors, just say, hear what we have to say. So it's going to come soon, just because the scripture. Remember, I come back. The scripture you wanted to find out last week. There are good scripture time, my precept, to show everybody who want to hear. What it is we have to say. You're going to have so much rumors and mischief. Right now, it's happening to rumors and mischief in the world right now. And they will want to come on our doors to find out why we hearing all these rumors and mischief. Because when they go to them leaders agree with them. Yeah, don't take the Pfizer. No, don't take it. Everybody frightened. They won't teach them and educate them. Right? So in U.P.K, the law is making us more fine than gold. Yeah, go ahead.
You know, as they make mention of that now, we see where, you know, even that fear trickle down now so with children and all, because now the children and all they be more on social media than, you know, than parents most of the time now. So now they now so engrossed in the conspiracy theory. It's like, hey, you're telling them, hey, you know, this will, you know, feel beneficial or, you know, safety. Now they like it. Nah, I afraid that because now, as you say, they're afraid of bomb, afraid of everything.
Yeah. And you know, as a parent too, I can remember when I was in town, when we here just I was telling my she daughter is 13 years old. And how could the government make it mandatory? Because if she daughter don't want to go, she can force she daughter and push her, then you raise up your daughter bad. Yes, and if you tell your daughter go ahead and take it and your daughter say no, then you raise up your children bad. Yes, so she trying to defend it now and say she can't afford because the daughter say no, she don't want to take it at 13 years old. So that means your daughter making decision at 13 years old and you can't, if she want to go outside with Tom, Nick and Harry, you would have there, she go there. Good.
That's it.
Right?
I mean, so like I said, right? Because now what become the norm is conspiracies as opposed to proper study.
Right.
Because if they would take the time just to understand or to really evaluate all the ways of these conspiracy theorists and all the things that they predict, because if you check out Alex Jones' profile, everything he says, you follow every time he bought some kind of thing, it always end up to be a false. A lie, you understand? Always when they examine them. And the thing is, they continue just to have the ability to push everything out in the media, you know, and push everything on the airways. And all they have to do is just examine it. As the scripture says, understand? And we call it prove all things and hold fast to that which is true or what is good still up here. Right? That's paraphrase, no, it doesn't say. And if they would do that, if that is the condition of the people's mind, they would never be fooled. Not because they do any proper things, but everybody going to push everything that they want to push on them. And nobody do not just study or evaluation and see over it. And everybody getting taken away.
Yeah, and that is it. When you hear they can get strong leadership, we can tell them the truth.
That's it.
And everybody else just we can get frightened and scared and
that's it.
Mischief upon mischief, rumor upon rumor. Right. Scriptures.
That's it. So like I said, for me too, and it's a real nice thing. It's a glorious thing, I should say, that the most I have it away the quality or catchphrase there is home of the truth. Because when people looking for the truth now, later on, you know, and everybody else lying, then they'll definitely say, all right, boom, let me really, you know, I really say it to stick in their mind, and you know, all the time they ignore it and saying this and saying that and lying about I.S.U.P.K, you know, and mashing me and looking down on us and all that. And now this is the exact same place that the enemies never wanted it to find.
Is it so? Was 13 on?
Yeah. Book of Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out from the place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger.
Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall rise. Okay. Right. So the earth shall move out of a place. Okay, meaning the earth shall move is we coming on top of the heathens. The heathens at the bottom, we going on top. The earth shall move out of its place. And now the heathens are on top, the white man in charge. Well, everybody over the Israelites. Everybody, all the races. Right? The white man is just the highest on top of everyone. Very soon we will be on top of everyone.
Yes, sir.
The earth shall move out of its place. Right? You going to shake the heavens, all them other heathens on top, who in heaven, because heaven is a condition on it again, and shake it and mash it up.
That's right.
So yeah, well.
Verse 14, and it shall be as a chase robe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land.
Right. So again, very soon everybody is going to turn to his own people, and everybody is going to go into their own land.
That's it.
Right, that time is coming soon. It has sometimes they're going on right now. Right, I believe that's what going on. The Afghan and them they're running.
Right.
You understand? They want to go to the Taliban and them. Everybody going to go to their own people and it's going to get worse in the future. And so all them is in the junior assembly, they want to be mingling amongst everybody again and goal of everybody. All that going and stop.
Right.
If goal of everybody, why would everybody want to go into their own land? Because that concept is not true. Right? The chase row, I think a row is a baby there.
That's it.
Right. So a chase row is like a baby there when you chase a there, right? It fast, that they're gone. Yeah, quick speed. You understand? A chase row. Right? Everybody going to run for their life. That's what you're going to be. Everybody's going to run for their life. Speed, run fast. Right? Anything could be killed. Sheep could be killed. A bird, anything. Right? And if no man take it up or save it, it's going to just be there waiting to get killed. Right? Anybody and anything going to come and kill it. All right, so that way everybody want to have to go and run to their own race, how to go into their own land.
So that yes,
Go ahead.
yeah, and you see it right here in Trinidad where the Indian and them pulling towards themselves right now. Now they're not oppositing against nothing. They're not coming up against nothing. But what they're doing again is just they pull it to themselves and they're making consulting one another to let them know, hey, let me do this because now. Again, for the example, the vaccine. All of them put it in themselves right now because they know that black people have a fair concerning medicine and all that taking place right now. And they now realizing that and they know following the science behind it. And as the generals them continue to bring out, science was founded inside our records. And this is where they really institute all the knowledge and gather all the information.
Yeah, that's so. So you hold second lecture, chapter 1, right?
That's it. All right.
Right. So that is for 14.
Yeah, can.
Yeah, we on 15. You got stop at 16, right? Well, just read 15 here.
Can. The book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. So, thrust through. Everyone who is saying, God loves everyone, I mentioned before. Right? And want to hold hands with all other races. Right? What to say? Everyone is going to be thrust through. Right? You want to go to another race, they're going to kill you. And you want to hold hands and sing kumbaya at other races, they're going to kill you. Right? When you go to another race and that race see you, they will kill you. That's what that race will do. Right? Everyone is going to be ready to walk in there and thought us.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
And everyone that is joined to these heathens again, the same goal of everybody. We should all sing together and clap and dance, eat cookies and cream. When they go to these East Indians or Chinese and to hold their hand, they're going to kill you.
Right.
Right? They are going to kill you. Everybody is going to go onto their own race. Their own race, everybody will go to. Right? So yeah.
Verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
So that's basically self-explanatory. People's going to kill the children, right? People's going to start to steal because they know that they're not going to want food to survive. right? They don't want to have food to survive. So it's going to be a all kind of evilness is going to take place. The spoil, is like spoil of war, stealing people's houses, they're thieving everything. That what the spoil is, the spoils of war, right? And the wise ravish, all kind of raping, all kind of evilness is going to be going on, right? Children going to be killed. They ain't got no heart from nobody. They ain't want no food to eat. They just want to kill the children.
Right.
Right? That is basically what it is about. Okay, well, Shah, as your second is just, if you could, chapter 13, verse 1.
Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. Verse 2. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea.
Right, so, okay, so it came to pass after 7 days, right? I dreamed a dream by night. Right, so the prophet Ezra, he was in a dream, and the Lord was showing him some things. All right, so yeah, go ahead, verse 2.
Verse 2. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof.
Right, so the wind from the sea was again a metaphor. There arose a wind from the sea. That was just a metaphor. The sea was the heathens and them. The wind was the force. It was a force. Right, so a force came and moved the heathens. That is basically what we were saying here. So the Spirit of the Lord, which is the force, was pushing these heathens and them into World War III. Right? So yeah, go ahead.
Verse 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with thousands of heavens. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that was seen under him.
Right? His countenance and all things trembled that was seen under him. So a man waxed strong. Who's that talking about? Yeah, go ahead, Tazo.
It's Christ, right?
That's Christ. The angels, I think the scripture says 200 million angels. So Christ and the angels going to come. Right? And when he turns, what to say, everybody will be trembling with faith. Right? It's going to look like an alien invasion there. An alien invasion. That's what it's going to look like. Everybody's going to be frightened and trembling with faith. Right? Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth filleth with it, filleth the fire.
Right. Okay, so this here now is talking about Christ is going to like give the orders to destroy that place. Right? Christ is going to give the orders to destroy that city Babylon, destroy what place? Destroy Trinidad, destroy America, destroy Donald Trump, destroy Biden. Christ going to give the orders when he has come to destroy, right? And the angels going to come with the chariots and they're going to burn them with the fire, right? You hear his voice because they're getting burned. That's how you hear Christ's voice. Okay, you're getting burned, right? To die, right? So once you see you getting burned with fire, yeah, that's how you heard Christ's voice. And you're getting burned with that fire, right? And feeleth the fire is when fire burns the grass, right? It doesn't stand up strong anymore. Feeleth, right? As the earth faileth when it fleeth the fire. Yeah. So fleeth the fire is when the grass and them just get burned. You know how grass has stand up strong, it doesn't stand up strong no more. And I think you could see it, all now what else happen when the sun beats in the grass will fall on like a week. Right, yeah. That is how it's gonna be. You know, and with fire, well, you know for sure it's going to be worse than that. Right? They're going to crumble up and fall on into dust. You know, so that's how it's gonna be. It gets weak, you know, turn to ash when the fire hits it. So that is how humans gonna be when Christ returns. Just like how grasses be strong, when fire hits it, they get weak. That's how humans would be. So you know, you can just watch them grass. Yeah, go ahead as well.
If I'm mistaken, right? I think in Independence Day or one of them things with them, especially them cartoon you see them at every time we zap it, there's still dash and go.
Yeah. That is it. When you can just watch them grass how they know the sun beating it, how it just look to change what brown from a green strong grass to brown and it falling down. You know, some of them are holes and things in it. You know. Yeah, when the fire hits, it's gonna be worse than that. That's how humans will be when Christ and the angels return. Right, so yeah, where we at now was yeah, go ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the numbers from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
Right, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So those men are going to go into the Middle East, right, with the armies to start World War III. Right, a multitude of them from all over the place. Right, subdue the man again. They want to kill Christ. That's what we're talking about. Right, the four winds. Right, so they're going the four winds to watch all over the earth. Right, so the multitude from all over the earth, the four winds, right, to subdue them. It's talking about Christ. They want to kill Christ. That's what they're talking about. Right. Again, when I see that alien invasion come, I say, nah, let me try and kill this Christ. I'm going to try to subdue him. Yeah, go ahead as well.
So I guess the part we're talking about the sea, right? Can I explain it this way? That all forefathers and them couldn't explore, or they wouldn't use they would have today, like how we call in space. So they will say, that's not the same way. Water and space have the same type of density, right? The same way it is as Genesis was talking about, or to simplify, what they would have seen is it coming from the space, but at that time they didn't have, that's what they would use as space, but they have the same type of density as the sea. So talking about Christ coming from the fourth dimension or from space is what you're talking about in this verse.
Yeah. You could say space from the sky, yeah. But as you just and again showing the precept in Genesis,
right?
The waters, Christ going to the waters from the waters, like space. So yeah, we are now verse 6.
Verse 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had craved himself a great mountain, and threw up upon it.
Right, so hill and mountain, right, in this context here is talking about a government of a kingdom. Right? So Christ is going to create a great kingdom or a government, and he's going to rule over it. Of course, you all know that that government is the men in the I.S.U.P.K, right? That's what our government. So all these men, that get their rank, listen to rules, follows orders. That's how does be in the government. Rowley, who in charge of the government, he could tell his ministers to do whatever and they will do it. if you don't like how things it is, you know, you might change it up. Right? That's just how basically how it is. Right? Government is I.S.U.P.K. Right? And yeah, and Christ is going to come and just be ruling over it. Right? Because that's the government what Christ set up. So yeah, good.
Verse 7. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hills was graven, and I could not.
But I was seeing the region, the place where the hill was graven, and I could not. So right, so he could not see where this government or how it was built up. Right, that's what we're talking about. Right, he couldn't see this government or the place how it was built up. Right, that is good.
Verse 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him was sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
Right, so everybody who was down there in the Middle East was, you know, preparing to fight. They gathered together to fight him, fight Christ, to subdue Christ. Right? That is what we're talking about. All the nations is going to, how to say it? Because they talk about they are afraid, right? So all the nations is they're going to be afraid when Christ returns. All the nations will not be scared when Christ returns, because again, it will look like an alien invasion. Right? That's why Ronald Reagan bring out the Star Wars, Project Star Wars, right? But we'll get into that later on. Right? So and they're going to know it's Christ. Why they're going to know it's Christ? Because we were speaking about it every day. They hear us speaking about it on YouTube and Facebook. They hear us speaking about it. So they're going to know it's Christ. So they're going to be afraid. All them heathens and them are going to be afraid. When you're having street camps, we're talking about World War III. When Christ returned through the sky with 200 million angels. So they're going to be afraid because they know it's Christ. Because they're hearing about it. Yeah, go ahead.
It's about part in the verse when they see the prophecy happening, right? So like when they say it's about part where they say the heathens and them say no I don't more forefathers and them were liars. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I'm not too sure if you but what it was saying.
Like when I started to see all them prophecy started to take place, now they realize my forefathers was liars. Them forefathers was liars.
The heathens and them forefathers was liars.
Yeah.
I can't recall it by now, but yeah, that is true. Right? I mean, even now some of them realizing the forefathers and them is liars. Some of them saying, yeah, what my forefather they thought it was wrong. And you know, they still don't know what to do. You know, gotta get them money to command in GEN.YAHANNA. Just the other day, a woman in England gave 500,000 US to UE. She said that's her reparation. And she gave to the UE school. She said that's her reparation. She understands what she foreparents said was wrong. So she gave that donation to you. She didn't get to know black people, no, she gave to you. Right? But yeah, some of them know what their foreparents and them did was wrong. So yeah, that is basically about it. They had said something else. Right, and yet just fight. So even though when Christ returned and they are scared, but they still want to kill Christ, even though they know it's Christ and they hear us preaching about Christ on the streets every day. They will still want to fight Christ because why? The Lord is going to make them fight Christ because the Lord wants them to be destroyed. Because the Lord wants them to be destroyed, the Lord is going to make them fight Christ. Right? That is basically how it is. Yeah, Shalom.
Yes, like I said, Jeremiah 16 and 19.
Jeremiah 16 and 19, oh yeah.
Yeah.
This had a face me because
Yeah. Let's check one thing on it.
Yeah, no, sir. Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
Right? So when Christ saw this strong army with violence and all them nuclear weapons and things, you know, he neither lifted up his hand nor held a sword nor any instrument of war. Right? He didn't do nothing at that time, right? When he saw all the strong tanks and bombs and warplanes, etc. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest.
Right. So again, so when he saw the strong army coming with they have nuclear bombs, they had these war planes, etc. Christ he didn't really do nothing at that time, right? But read over verse 10.
2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
Right, a blast of fire. So remember, this is a vision where you're seeing. So this blast of fire is Christ saying, destroy the heathens and them. That is what Christ was saying. Destroy the heathens and them. Right? When people talk, you know, you might see spit or something. Well, it's kind of different. You're going to see fire coming out of Christ's mouth. That is the orders Christ is giving the angels and them. Orders, fire. You ain't going to see spit coming out of your mouth. You see fire. When Christ destroy that city, right? Destroy America, destroy Trinidad, destroy Trump. Fire coming through his mouth. Now you're going to see. You continue.
And out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest.
Right, that's the orders. Right, so you're good.
Verse 11. And they were all mixed together, the blast of the fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest.
Right, so that's the orders again. Everything in one now. Go ahead.
And fell with a violence upon the multitude, which were prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon the sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
Right, so when Ezra saw this innumerable multitude, and all of them died, just by the orders Christ given out, you know, the angels coming with the chariots and burning up people with the chariots that the angels coming in. Right? When he saw this, he was frightened. Right? When Ezra saw this, he was frightened. Nobody's going to die with water again. Right? That's what the Lord said. But they're going to die with fire this time. And when Ezra saw this, he was frightened. Yeah, good.
Verse 12. Afterwards saw I the same man come down from the mountain, and call unto him another peaceable multitude.
Right. So afterwards, so I the same man come down from the mountain and call unto him another peaceable multitude. They're talking about Christ. He came after us. He come on the mountain, right? Which is the government, which is the men in the I.S.U.P.K. All right, go ahead.
So like I said, so and call unto him another peaceable multitude.
Well, remember, the 144 is just the government, but it will have the ones who is not in the truth. Them are not going to be saved. Them is the ones who help the government in some sort of way. Right? So it's not just the government, but still how is Israel going to be saved. Israel going to be saved, but government is men in school. Right? So yeah. Good.
So I think so. The problem is, I don't know if I see that right now. This is a good way to explain it as well, because Revelation 7, and if you really break down all it and anyone 44, then after they talk about what the people and then who's the multitude.
Yeah.
49 because
yeah.
In the same chapter, they were saying everybody who did not give up forward and the bird. It's them who hear your voice now, you know, so they kill basically. So everybody who hears Paul basically is who get saved, and they don't get delivered from that, from the destruction, from punishment.
Yeah, because some Israelites going to die. Them is the sinners, the ones who love the heathens and everybody, but how the ones who help, you understand, the government who help the UPK, them is the ones who, you know, going to be saved there. Right?
So, I feel this, right? So the peaceable multitude, right? So we are the 144,000, right? And then after the peaceable multitude, it will be the Israel who helped the 144,000. But what I want to find out now is that the peaceable multitude is also them keep the laws, correct?
Not so much keep the laws, because I wouldn't say keep the laws. Because it have sinners who they don't believe in the Bible, but they know, like, you know, all they're doing a good cause to help black people. They might hear all that, but they're still in Islam. You know, they're still in the Bhagavad Gita or something.
So it could be a mix of people
So
yeah,
come remember, in the kingdom of heaven, they will have the lowest and the highest. Just like how the white man in heaven, but it's actually like trash white people. Right? So yeah, that's all good.
So like I said, could it be like Moses had mercy on them because of the ignorance? They didn't get enough time out, you know, because of how they grew up with the corruption in the society. They was able to lock in as much as the men in the 144 and their families. So you know, they don't see, you know, the assistants, like what you say, you know, they didn't like was not around so much. They hear the word, you know, because they were too busy and in their business, and they still had a care there for the Lord people. You know, they still used to help people and, you know, and contribute to the school somewhere, you know, and that type of way that never spoke against what it is the school. You know, they come across us and that kind of like.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's about it. Right? So yeah. And so you understand what I'm sure?
Can.
Yeah. Yeah, what number you said?
We're going on to verse 13.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 13, and there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, and some of them were bound, and others some brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awake and said,
Read it again, Baba Krishna.
verse 2 Ezra chapter 13 and verse 13. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, and some of them were bound, and others some brought of them that were offered. Then I was sick through great fear, and I awake and said.
Right, yeah. So they're talking about the okay, some were glad, some were sorry, some of them were bound. Some of them were bound to the heathens and them, right? Others some bought of them that were offered, right? Some of them was offered to, some of them was offered to the heathens, right? So some of them was glad, some of them was sorry, some of them was like, oh gosh, I'm sorry I didn't listen to her before. If I listened to her before, you know, I might have been with all you, right? Ruling with all you. Right? So that I was talking about the Israelites and them, some was glad, some was sorry, right? Some was who was there still loving the heathens and them, right? And then I was sick through great fear and I awake, right? So after John saw all of this, right, all of these people coming to him, Right, as I was explaining before in verse 12, you know, the peaceable multitude, right? Right, there's it here, right? And there came out to him much people. There was the ones who was helping, right? UPK. There wasn't any truth. Some of them was bound to heathens. Some of them never used to listen, but you know, they're helping some way and fashion. They might get some ties, you know, whatever ties or whatever donation they give, but they're still saying Allahu Akbar, right?
And the last one we said was them who were offered was who?
Yes, sir. There was I believe the offer was the ones who came at them that was bound.
Okay.
The offer was the ones who came at them that was bound. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who came at them that was bound? Yeah, that was the offer. Right? Yeah, where is now verse 13? No, it's verse 14.
Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2 Ezra chapter 13 and verse 14. Thou hast showed thy servants these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer.
Right, so Ezra's, okay, 14, Ezra's like he had a fast and he was fasted and he prayed for the Lord to show him how the end times will be. Right, it's to show him how will these end times be. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Show me now yet the interpretation of this dream.
Right, so after he woke up, he wanted God to show him the interpretation of the dream, right? After he awoke from his sleep. Go ahead.
Verse 16. For as I conceive in my understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind.
Right, the one left in those days is the ones who will be saved. That is, the ones left in those days is the ones who will be saved. I think lower down I go explain it. Right? Right, and much more woe to them that are not left behind. Right, that is the ones who died. Well,
Verse 17. For they that were not left were in heaviness.
Well.
Verse 18. Now understand I the things that are laid up in the latter days, which shall happen unto them and to those that are left behind.
So you know, that 18, right? I cannot. I cannot wait to see destruction again. Yeah, go ahead.
So, to be used this also as a cut to the
Which verse is that?
Yeah, that's the same.
18?
From 16 to right? 16 to down to 18. Because this is a cut to the rapture, and the Christians be talking about, but they talk about like everybody who gets mocked them into the sky. You know, they better off the scripture saying different. They say them not left behind. You know, it's better for them basically. But the ones that who then get left behind already, actually, what happens is they get killed. But they just talk about this place, you know, where people get some up in the sky and they get put up, you know. And but the one in Matthew, I think it's 24, where the two guys in the middle. And one in the field and one in the left and one in the power business.
No, I'm not familiar with that read the scripture, but you're saying you could use this to cut the rapture.
That's it. is exactly opposite to what scripture says. But you see, like people go and smoke in the sky. They get out in the sky, like, you know, like in heaven, so to speak, and then people are left behind. Is people are going to face destruction. But scripture says, people are left behind. They are better standard than the Most High.
Yeah, verse 16 here. That go before verse 16 here. Right? And then lower down, it will explain the ones who is left behind, the ones who was saved. Right? Right. So that in verse 18 is reincarnation. Right? You know, I can't wait to see the destruction again. Right? Back in those days, right? Yeah. We are now verse 19.
Yeah, verse 19. Well, Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 19. Therefore, as they come into great perils and many necessities, like as these dreams declare.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. Yet it is easier for him that is in danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out of the world, and not to see the things that happen in the last days. And he answered unto me and said,
Go ahead.
verse 21, the interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the things that thou hast required.
Right. But I take a continue from there. Yeah.
22. Whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind. This is the interpretation.
Yeah. Right. So this is the interpretation of them who was left behind. Not the ones who are not left behind. This is the ones who are left behind. Go ahead.
He that shall endure the peril in this time hath kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith towards the Almighty.
Right. So somebody else give me the precept Revelation 3 and 4. Revelation 3 and 4. Right. There's a precept for them who have kept himself. Right. If you went to last through that time, you have kept yourself. Right. He have kept himself. That means keeping your garment white or clean. Right. It means in the truth. You're not dirty. All right, I think it's Chameleon here sing the song, you know, they're trying to catch me riding dirty. All right, well, if God catches them, they will not be riding dirty. Right? In that song, what he was singing, if God had catch him, God would have catch him riding dirty, because, you know, he's a drug dealer, you know, he's adulterer, something evil. Right? But you have kept yourself, meaning, you know, your garment clean. You know, your garment white. I believe something so the scripture will be in here. Right? Yeah, who have it? Revelation.
Come on. The book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 4. Thou hast a few names even in Sardis, which have not defiled their garments, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy.
Right? They shall walk with him in white. Right? That was 3 and 4, right?
That was verse 4.
Yeah. Revelation 3 and 4. Yeah, so what? That is it, right?
I'm not sure 1 to along to 5.
Read it, man.
The book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 5. He that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels.
Right, so that is what I'm talking about when say he have kept himself. Right? Let's talk about that. Right? Somebody who's in truth, somebody, you know, who garments white or clean. Right? Who last you that time? You have kept yourself. Right? Again says, and faith towards your Almighty. Right? They that have works and faith towards this. Be fallen into danger. Right. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith towards the Almighty. Right? So they that have works and faith towards the Most High shall also be let me see if I can use I think it's 1 Peter 4:18. 1 Peter 4:18. Right. And the righteous scarcely be saved. Where shall the ungodly right and the sinner have faith? Right. You give me 1 Peter 4:18. Right. So they that have works and faith in the Most High shall also be in danger. Right. There's the precept faith here, right? Yeah, but yeah, go ahead. 1 Peter.
1 Peter chapter 4 verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Right. So you understand what I'm talking about there? It's talking about you can't turn back into the world. You will try to turn back into the world. Right? You have to enjoy this lifestyle that we're in right now. Right now, eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Right? There's no more turning back into the world. No second chances. Right? It's no more of that. Right? So second is just 13 and it was 23. So I'm by read over the scripture again that Tora.
Book of 2 Ezra 23, 13 and 23. He that shall endure the peril in that time hath kept himself.
Right, it's talking about the ones who need truth. Right? Go ahead.
They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith towards the Almighty.
Right, so the ones who was in the truth, but then they fall out. Are the truth, they're going back into the world. Right, like the two sides of the fence, they ensure you can't be on two sides of the fence, or you can't be in the world. You have to be in the truth. Right, so the ones who had works and faiths, right, they that be fallen into danger are the ones that have works and faith towards the Almighty. There's the ones who fall back into the world. Right, see here. Go ahead.
Verse 24. Know this therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead.
Right? They which be left behind are more blessed than they which be dead. So the ones who is left behind again is the ones who is in the truth. They that be left behind is more blessed than they that be dead. Right? So this starts always our next one. The rapture. Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 25. This is the meaning of the vision, whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 26. The same is he whom God the highest hath kept a great season by his own self, shall deliver creature and he shall order them that are left behind.
Right. So his creator, right? Christ delivered who? Israel. Christ delivered Israel by being killed and being a righteous man towards the Most High. Right? They that left behind again, as I mentioned, when Christ sits on that mountain, which is the UPK's government, Christ is going to be on the top. Right? Then the generals and the captains, etc. Right? So he's going to be sitting on the top and have power over the whole school. You know, our organization is going to be, how to say, so big other countries going to start to recognize the I.S.U.P.K. Right? And we're going to be looking at other countries now, eye to eye. Right? Like we're going to be looking at other nations eye to eye. That was talking about, right? The great season, I believe that's a precept in the Old Testament. I can't remember. But that was to show, you know, Christ was in the Old Testament. I can't remember the precept. Yeah, go ahead.
It's like this talking about before Christ, just before Christ come back, or just talking about after he come back and settle everything. It's not big of it. Like us seeing the other nations or the other nations, and government us basically and seeing us eye to eye, or recognizing that this or the I.S.U.P.K. or the government and what was settled. In that type of thing.
Yeah, this was talking about Christ when Christ come back.
Right.
When Christ come back. Right? Yeah. Go ahead.
That you have a more understanding on the seeing eye to eye.
No, me.
I just want to be able to understand.
Yeah. When I say we're gonna be seeing them eye to eye, then you gonna have like the same, how to say it? You gonna have the same power then. Right? They're gonna be seeing us eye to eye then. They're gonna be watching us eye to eye. You know, I shouldn't really say the same eye to eye, but of course we gonna have more power than them, but they're gonna be watching us like, yeah, what? Them better than us. They're gonna be watching us like, you know, them is Trinidad, I didn't have to study them, you know. They're watching us there, what? They're saying something. We gotta respect them then.
Right. So
it's like that.
So is it now right or safe to say that you'll be watching us as a nation again?
Right. That'll
Like
be
that's
that.
right?
Yeah, that'll be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I may, right? I don't know if this may actually or help the conversation, right? But let's like what the UN have representatives from every nation, you know, or whatever they have a representation. From like us now didn't or they weren't seen us as somebody, you know, as a body of people. Now we have that type of same type of establishment. Like how to explain to somebody on the street, you know, somebody wants to whatever the case is. You don't see the Lord, you know, some of the Lord's children, the Lord people as somebody that deserve it, you know, representation of rights and all that, somebody you will also have.
Yeah.
That time you have more.
Yeah, you got more. So, okay, so similar to what Matt was saying, like a nation. So, right now, Commander General GEN.YAHANNA is the leader of the nation. When that woman in England the other day, I was reading the papers, she gave 500,000 US to UAE for reparations at the black slaves. Right, that money was going back in the hands of the 1%. Right, but now if she was seen as eye to eye now, she had sent the money to Commander General GEN.YAHANNA and he would have helped the nation. Right, so it's like that. Right.
Oh, it's like this. I don't want to take up too much time, but I remember sometime I think it was on Nabosh or maybe Jeremiah. I want to say the reason why we cannot get reparations as our people is because we don't see that nation. Because in order to get reparation, they have to be seen as our body, as a nation of people.
Right. Well, yeah. That's true, yeah. And again, that goes straight into the mark of the beast. You know, we had no nation. That's why everything was taken from us. Right? So, yeah, we was at now was 26. It's 26? Yeah. We was 26. It's 27. Barrett, which one you was at, Barrett? 27? Yeah, we'll go ahead.
And whereas thou sawest that out of his mouth there came as a blast of wind and fire and storm,
Out of his no, right? So again, the orders, right? Go ahead.
Verse 28. And that he held neither sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing in of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him.
Right, so Christ the Shalom nation and them what came to subdue him or the word try to destroy him. Go ahead.
This is the interpretation.
Go ahead.
Verse 29. Behold,
in verse 28, right? When they say, he held neither sword nor instrument of war, right? So, in other words, he didn't physically fight the orders.
Nah.
Wait a minute.
Nah. No, you're correct.
Right.
You're correct.
Yeah.
He didn't physically fight, he gave orders.
Oh, okay.
They got orders. I see fire and the storm and everything coming through more. You will see spit, you will see when they're getting burned up, the orders are coming from Christ. The angels coming with the chariots and burning you.
Come.
Right?
Come.
Yeah, Bert.
verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are on the earth.
Yes.
And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
Right, so the Lord is going to save Israel, right? And everybody's going to be astonished. Everybody's going to be astonished at what's taking place on the earth. Right? It's going to be a crazy time. Everybody's going to be astonished what is going to happen, what happening here, boy. People coming through the sky, people getting burned up, Christ saving some of them dying. What going on? Right? So yeah, go ahead.
Like it. That's another thing when I'm walking with my question. So when I talk about the revelation, I just feel like right garment could be like red, right? That come back to the same orders.
I think that pattern when his garment would be like red. I was talking about when he killed, his clothes gonna be covered in blood. I'm not too sure if that is the same one. His clothes gonna be covered in blood.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure if that is what you mean. Right? If you know the exact scripture and you could read it. But I know it how part of it says clothes gonna be covered in blood. So that could be ambient or something.
But that one will be during killing or the same thing with the chariots and the angels will be.
Say that again? Say it again.
Like that we literally killing or the same thing happening that the chariots and the angels will be doing the killing, and he will be killing too.
Nah, he will just be getting out the orders. He will just be getting out the orders, yeah. Right. That way it's saying that what Ezra was saying high up when you read it with your honor. He don't hold no instrument of war, nothing, he was just getting orders. Right? Fire coming through his mouth. That way it is. Yeah, that's all.
I don't want to speak over that about this, right? Here, the peaceful right? So, that was different. That time when Christ was pick up a sword and kill people itself, like we're talking about up to the horse's bridle, right? It's staying all this women. And at that time, it's two different parts talking about. This time, we talking about is before Christ taking the sword, or he not holding any type of sword at all, or it's up to different period.
Yeah, but that is in World War III. That's why I was just saying here, he ain't going to hold no instrument of war. Right. He ain't going to hold no sword. Orders he going to give out. That's it. Okay. That's what I was just talking about.
So it's quite possible then for let's say the public go at the scripture and find a way at a section of time or after World War III, and when he now doing the punishment, and he now picking up his sword himself and doing the killing. You know, there are two different parts. So
it could be two different parts, but this scripture even here in Ezra, he say he ain't going to hold nothing. He's just going to give the orders. Right. To destroy. Yeah, we was to take. Yeah, right. It's 31, right.
And one shall undertake
to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
Right? So we all know what is that they're talking about here, right? So all there's going to be wars all over, race wars, country against country, right? This city against that city. It's going to be penal versus baby, right? It's going to have all kind of fighting, right? All kind of fighting going to take place. So yeah, go ahead.
And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen, which I shewed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending.
Right.
Verse 33. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle. They have one against another.
Yeah, all right. That's all. Look up the thing around Oregon. Yeah. Right. Right. So okay. Well, yeah. Just to explain verse 32. When they saw us, a man ascending, talking about when Christ coming through the sky. Right. All these things shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen when they see Christ coming through the sky. Right? And when everybody, all people heard his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle. They have one against another. Right? Well, continue, Barry.
Verse 34. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting.
Right? So all of them want to, when they see him now, all of them want to stop fighting each other to go and fight Christ. But go ahead, Tazo.
This is the strategic defense initiative.
Right, strategic defense initiative was started by Ronald Reagan. Right, so yeah, we're going to read about it here. Go ahead.
The strategic defense initiative, they recently nicknamed the Star Wars program, was a proposed missile defense system intended to protect the United States from attack by ballistic strategic nuclear weapons, intercontinental ballistic missiles, and submarine launch ballistic missiles. The concept was announced on March 23, 1983 by President Ronald Reagan.
Right, so President Ronald Reagan, basically, he just, I believe he set up this somewhere on the moon, or on Mars or something. Somewhere in space, he set up this instrumental war.
That's it.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, so like I said, they spend more than $60 billion to do that.
Right, more than $60 billion. Right? Over the slaves and the money they're spending. Right? Imagine that just for war. That is why you see everybody fear him. Right? Everybody worship the beast who is able to make war with this beast. Right? All them other races is beasts on you, but he's the more subtle beast. Right? He's the one that everybody fears who is to make war with him. So much so Trump bomb up this man in Iran. And up to now, nobody retaliated, they're just talking. Right? Nobody retaliated because who can make war with this man, boy? Them have some what do you call it? That's what they call it, that name there? The strategic defense initiative, right? Some weapon they have in space to fight war. But really and truly we know it's not ready to fight these wars down here. What these white people and them know is Christ is really going to come. And when Christ really come, they know that them normal guns won't stop him. So they create a weapon. And as Matar says, $60 billion. They paid for that. So then them preparing for when Christ returns. Because again, they hear us talking about it on the streets, on the radio, you know, YouTube, Facebook. So they're preparing. Ronald Reagan and them they prepared for marriage. So when they see that alien invasion come, you see Christ and the angels come. Yeah. I'm good.
In the part of the article saying a wide array of advanced weapon concepts, including lasers, particle beam weapons, and ground and space-based missile systems were studied, along with various sensor, command and control, and high-performance computer systems that would be needed to control a system consisting of hundreds of combat centers and satellites spanning the entire globe and involved in a very short battle.
A very short battle, yeah. But we all know now that and all can stop Christ. None of that can't even stop him.
That's it.
All right, where was that now? It was 35.
That's it.
It's 35. But he shall stand upon the top of the Mount Zion.
Right? UPK, the government, go ahead.
And Zion shall come and shall be shewed to all men, being prepared and builded like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands.
Right, so again, that is what we just be doing. UPK, preparing, building up men in the schools so we could have our government, you know, and our leadership for when that time comes. Right, we could be the ones who everybody go turn to. And but we will get that one in later on. Right, give me last one verse 37. I don't in Revelation. Give me last one here. Verse 37.
Verse 37. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations which of their wicked life are fallen into the tempest.
Right, so all their wicked inventions is going to be Christ going to destroy all them wicked right yeah, go ahead.
The book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. Verse 2. And
Right, so they again, Revelations are visions. So you know, he sees another angel in this vision having great power. You know, he's seen this angel. I mean, the Lord is so powerful, he just creates something to do something for him. Right, so you know, he created these angels, and you know, these angels showing John this vision. Right, go ahead.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Right, and Babylon, of course, you all know Babylon is captivity, right, or America, right, and he's saying with a loud voice, you know, it is falling, right, not falling, because it is how to say it is not going to be now for now, but rather a time period, right, that way you see it is fallen, right, so what time period, this is what will happen here. Right, the inhabitant of devils is the oppressor. Every foul spirit is a child molester, you know, homosexuality, etc. Right, every foul spirit. Right, like prostitution is supposed to be illegal, but you know, in some places not illegal. Some places, you know, the doors are them still open. Right, just like yeah.
In Holland, I think in Holland there is 8 tax because prostitution.
Yeah. So that is every foul spirit. You know, I mean, it's more easier now to buy drugs than to get a bread to eat. That's how easy it is now. It's easy to get drugs and to get bread to eat to survive. Right? So inhabitants of devils, foul spirit. That is what it is. You know, instead of stopping all this evilness, they just perpetuating it. They want to change it. Right? So unclean things. The Chinese give us what? What else the Chinese give you? COVID-19. Right? But still the Chinese and them have up, you know, restaurants and they just pass all the health inspections and stuff. Right? So this Babylon is falling. Over time period they're talking about is going to be falling. Right? It's going, the inhabitants of devils, you know, every foul spirit. Right? Who was that? Yeah, go ahead, it's true.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
So, all right. So now, for what all the other races and them have done to blacks and Hispanic people, God calls it a proper fornication. Right? All the races just make money off of the destruction of black and Hispanic people. Because if he was not destroyed, we would have our own businesses. Right? But since we destroyed, you know, our black leaders destroyed, you know, that they're weak. You know, since all of that destroyed, you know, we have weak black leaders, you know, they're destroyed, you know, you have people like Martin Luther King to join hands with the enemies and, you know, and love them. So, you know, our black leaders and them, they're weak. So, you know, because of that, we just had to depend on other races. Somebody got that? No? You know, so because of that now, we just have to depend on the other races. You know, when a black man try to open up some businesses or with some regulation and some tax clause they had to put out, you know, but not with them other races all over the place. Right? No country has ever talked about the evil of what America does do. Right? And what them other countries does be doing to black people. Right? And it's because the earth agrees with it. That is why nobody doesn't be talking about the evils of the other countries and what America does be doing. It's because the kings of the earth agrees with what America does, what them white police in America be killing them black people. The kings of the earth agrees. Right? If you look what America is doing to Venezuela, nobody tells America to leave Venezuela alone. It's because the kings of the earth, they agree with what America is doing. Right? Biden, all of them agree with it. The Chinese man president, all of them agree. Right? Yeah, we are now verse 4.
And I heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive none of her plagues.
Right, so come out of her, my people. Right? If you leave Trinidad, if you leave Trinidad and go with Africa, you know, so he was okay, how to say it, boy, this man on social media, he actually transvestite. Here, she says she want to run to Holland. She want to run to Holland because she like being threatened, well, he like being threatened or whatever. Right? If you leave Trinidad to go Holland for safety, you can remain a homosexual, thing will change. Right? So you already have to take his spirit out of the world. That's what you're talking about. taking your spirit out of this place is what will change you. Right? Not partake of her sins means we won't celebrate Carnival, we'll celebrate Valentine's. We're coming up now, Christmas. We won't celebrate Christmas. Right? Christ wasn't born December 25th. Right? We all know that. Right? Christ wasn't born in the freezing time where it was cold. He was born in the tax season. Right? Where it was warm and heat. Right? So okay, right. That he received not of her plagues, right? Because if you don't stop celebrating, if you're celebrating Christmas and you're celebrating Valentine's Day and you're celebrating your birthday or you're voting, you'll get her plagues, you'll get the coronavirus, you'll get all these plagues, diabetes, cancer. So that is what I'm saying here. Try not to partake of her sins, or else you will receive the plagues. Right? So yeah, go ahead, verse 5.
Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God had remembered her iniquities.
Right? So God remembered us crying out on the earth every day. How to say, like after every class in U.P.K, we just cry out to the Lord and pray. Praying for the destruction of the enemies. And the Lord, he does hear them. And he does remember it. Right? So the Lord, always say, for her sins have reached up into heaven. We crying out to the Lord. Talking about all this evilness. The Christian church and the Muslim mosque, what they're doing to us. The Lord, he remembers her iniquities. Because sins reach up into heaven. We say those prayers every day. The white man had us in slavery. The white police officers who, them Irish people and them killing black people. The Lord remember in our iniquities. Right? So that was 6 here.
Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she had filled double.
Right, so just say we just go and get them back at the back of what they give unto us. So after black people work so hard as slaves, how they reward us? By sending out police to kill us. Right? By making our women kill their own babies. By paying us in prison. Right? Well, they are going to get a double back of what they did unto us. Double unto her means all of the sufferings, the evil that they put us through. Yeah, they go and get back double. Right? So they better be paid for slave, because the ones who survive that when them angels burning down the place, when Christ returns, the ones who survive there, all better be paid for slavery. Yeah, well, verse 7.
Verse 7. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and she see no sorrow.
Okay, so America does glorify herself and her living delicacies, eating all kinds of food, and it never runs out. America has so much of food. I was watching a video the other day. The farmers throwing away millions of potatoes because in this COVID-19, it have nobody to give it to, meaning that they potato and stuff. Yeah, just enough.
Yeah.
Right? Again, you know, the camp leader just step out for a minute. Right? So as we know, we continuing on you know, World War III, and as we continue to bring out the reminder, you know, with the informative and again with the information that has been passed out, you know, all people should really pay attention, you know, to what is taking place, right? So where you was at? Right, continue.
Okay, we said how much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow gave her, for she said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow,
Right.
and shall see no sorrow.
Right. So you know this is America again, you know, taking all kind of glory, you know, sitting on that high seat, you know, as a queen, you know, as you say, just as the queen in England, she said she never been touched. You know, all she years she lived, how much years she be about almost 100 years or whatever. And all her life she lived, you know, she never been touched. And America now taking all that praise, taking all that glory, you know, and again, now we see the Lord, you know, hearing our prayers and taking charge, you know, of releasing us of all our calamity that we face. And this is why, again, you know, these reminders, again, the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians will always come out from the mouths of the priests and prophets who the Most High ordained and raised up, you know, to sit and again to rule under our King Yahushai, to bring this message to these 12 tribes. And these are the reminders, right? Again, you know, we always make mention, you know, to continue to view these classes, because again, it's very informative. Even, you know, that was brought out again last night on the Black Watch, you know, with the generals and the captains and them, you know, even showing where the Most High again, you know, holding accountable, you know, and again stirring up the spirits of these oppressors.
Right.
And again, many might think that, you know, that Joe Biden was at fault, but the Most High put him there, just as the generals them was bringing out. He there for a purpose. He there to stop this whole World War III. He there to bring, as we say, all these nations, as the officer are bringing out, into this valley of decision, into bringing in this World War III. Because again, it already prophesied in scriptures concerning the wars. Say the first war and the second war is past, and the third war coming quickly. And all these things, again, with be, you know, brought to the forefront. Again, all we doing is bringing that reminder to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All we doing is bringing that reminder to their mind, to the forefront, that they should, you know, really take heed and pay attention to what is going on amongst, you know, as you say, in these last days, right? Go ahead. We'll see.
Verse 8. Therefore shall the plagues come in one day.
And how much?
In one day.
And we see what going to taking place right now with the coronavirus. It keep on changing, variant after variant. They don't even have a clue, or as they say, the right now they're rating the Delta as you know, the variant that could, you know, bring utter destruction, but not knowing that the Most High. Go ahead,
Our next one, I think, is Epsilon. If I pronounce it right, and it's certainly the vaccine.
And as they're bringing out, they know based on what taking place now, as as the Prime Minister brought out in the conference yesterday, coming and meeting a nation, or as we say, we just call, you know, a people unvaccinated or part vaccinated. Now the possibility likely at the variant changing it high,
because now the majority of the nation not populated, and the ones that populated, now that variant gain chance to mutate. Now you see, as we said, this is the work of the Lord. So now people had stirred up, and their minds stirred up, because why? Who did that? The Most High do that. Because now everybody having a fear for this, when really and truly they don't have an fear at the Most High. All, as we see, what taking place now is bringing to judgment, or bringing to the minds at these of our oppressors, that hey, it really have a God. It really have a people who all oppress. It really have a people who all downtrodden for over 400 years, and by not seeing this now, what taking place now we have a Father, and He going to take charge and take command for all, as we say, what you have done to them, and as you know read, they're going to repay double. So expect this to happen to you, and double and double and double it, right? Yeah. So that's ready. Yeah. So now pass back the class. So please stand up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we was at now. What time is it? 14. Goes what? 8?
Yeah.
No, 7. Yes, start when now? 7.
Verse 7. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow gave her, for she had said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and she and shall see no sorrow.
Right, so again, as I was mentioning before, America has so much of food that just throw away. The farmers throwing away millions of potatoes because they say there are nobody to give it to because of the COVID, meaning there are nobody to prepare it and cook food with it to give people, and they just throw away the millions of potatoes, the milk, throwing away the milk. Some donut place after they close up and they still having all those donuts remain. They just dump it out. So America, she glorify herself and they live it delicious. Yeah, go ahead. You can.
Even up until recently, I saw some videos in terms of some of the farmers in the US. Right, when the government is paying farmers 1.5 times the crop price to kill the crops. Right, because they're saying like possibly like they want to start a food shortage.
They're paying them to kill.
They're paying them 1.5 times the worth of their food to destroy it.
Yeah, well, why?
And if they don't do it, they will remove the subsidies, remove all the money they're funding them.
Yeah. So they're paying them more money to kill the crops.
And if they don't do it, they take away all the benefits. Basically, they will shut them down.
Yeah. Well, why? Barrett.
Just to add up to so you can't say, well, on one end they're doing that, and then on the next end, no. China for a long time, since the COVID-19, boss been just buying up food in a bulk, basically. Just buying up food for them.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Yeah, that's how we're going to happen. So things bad. It's our poor people in the ghetto need food. You understand, right? Right down here now, who knows them, but we do not in Trinidad now. That hamper again, we a bag of green fig. I mean, come on, man. What I could tell people? Yeah, go ahead.
I think they are going to say, I know the same video that I'm going to say, can't see, but probably part of it. They have a next video where it's showing farmers and showing them. It's not only restaurants as well, against the policy. Someone's a restaurant worker give away somebody and give over the food that they have on the same day and fire to it. You know, so that against the policy of the restaurants and not give away the food to poor people and the farmers and the throw away and not there before you someone that people just come to the stand down fire and people the reporter was covering the story to show you how good at all, you know, perfectly not counted. And that's something in because of the policy and the corporate cancer.
Yeah. It's just not a free poor people, it's only poor people are suffering.
That's it.
Right? And the people who say that better than none, them don't know what they're saying. Them don't know the riches Trinidad have. Right? I want to talk about America. Right? Because the one time when them not selling just weapons out.
Right.
Trinidad have plenty riches. Come on, man. Right? So, right, but so much torment and sorrow gave her, right? For she set it in her heart. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen. Who's that talking about? I sit a queen. Right? So she doing all these evilness. She ain't feeding poor people. She rather destroy she food than to feed poor people. Right? Right? And she's saying, I is a queen. I is a queen. I destroy. I what to say it? I gain people false education, saying, I think at a point in time they used to say black people wasn't slaves. They come here and they work for money. Until people started protesting and saying, nah, we can't destroy history like that. So it's all kind of thing they're doing. They say not police to kill us. They're putting us in jail. She trained her with food to feed us. When they had the food to feed us, and she's saying she had, I sit as a queen. What do I mean by that? Who sit as a queen there? Today. Who sit as a queen?
America.
Right, America. Sit as a queen. America is on top of the world right now. America running the world just like how it was in the past with the other countries, with Rome, Greece, right, and so forth. Right? So right now, America is sitting as a queen. Well, I was right. And shall see no sorrow, and I'm no widow. So she say in her heart, I sit as a queen, and there's no widow, and shall see no sorrow. What I mean?
Nobody can touch it.
Nobody can touch you. Nobody can touch you. Why nobody can touch you? The military, yes. Yes, that is it. We call them military. So nobody can touch America. We call them military. In the Bible, a woman is a widow because she husband died. Right? The husband is there to protect women and children. So she's saying in her heart, which is America saying in her heart, I could do all these evilness. I sit as a queen on top of the world. And I is not a widow. I have a military here to protect me. Alright? That is what he's talking about. Right, yeah. Right. Give me the last one here now.
You see?
Yeah.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her.
Right. What are you talking about it? Anybody, what I mean there? What are you talking about it?
So like I said,
Yeah.
as we're talking about thermal nuclear destruction of America.
Yeah, nuclear destruction, yeah. That is one of it, yeah. Right, therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Right? Now again, this is a vision. Also the Bible, I think is 1 Peter or 2 Peter 3 and 8. Let's say 1 day to go 1,000 years. So it's not literally 1 day. This is a time period. Right? It's a time period, all this death, destruction, the plagues. Right now they're filled up with plagues right now. Right? I think they're saying the Delta variant having that the 20 training hospitals right now. This Delta variant. Right? Yeah. Go ahead, Amika.
One of the things I'm how the plagues come in, right? And I think, it's like a little categorizing first old people, then I think more stronger ones, then the next area. So it's a bit systematically, cutting down everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically about it. So, what that time period, you're going to see the destruction. Right now, Biden is sending planes right now in Afghanistan. You know, where the Taliban them is, to see if you could bomb up some of them. No, I think it did have some airstrikes. Biden sent some ships, some planes over there. So I mean, it happening over a time period again. It happening till eventually, with that time come, everybody gathered in the Middle East, and Christ cracked through the sky, and World War III. Right? Okay. Yeah.
You tell me airstrikes in Afghanistan.
In Afghanistan, yeah. I think it's they killed 13 US people in the airport. Yeah, so it coming the time, it coming. Right? So I'm right. Anybody any question about that? Anybody? I know you had your question,
Yeah.
Mass back. Get it from an you can read it. Read it one time. No, you have no more question, right? Anybody have any question? You have a question, right? So let me take you
Right.
Yeah, see.
But in Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 24 to 26.
Yeah. Yeah, you could.
Right?
Very good.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 24 to 26. Verse 24, wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. Destruction cometh.
Right. Somebody look up pump. What is that? Pump. P-O-M-P. Somebody look up that with pump. Right? I believe that it has to do with somebody with a high stature or something, so somebody with a high rank or something like that. Like a king or yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
About the say compass, about what compass like pride. I'll tell you something. The definition for this say ceremony or splendid display. The pump, you know, so like the pumped up just like that, like how you will display themselves in a ceremony, that type of way. But I'm gonna see if I get some more. I don't want.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes. If I'm not mistaken, talking about like you see like how if you have some great king with great president coming, like you know, leading with the carpet and all the guns and like just like what I have military parades, right? And they show off all the artillery and show off the might and strength. Right? So like in times past when the Roman Caesars are coming into the city, they will you know have all the music out, have everything, and they will strutting in all the glory.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, you mean that?
That's it, very much selection. Definition of pump. A show of magnificence, splendor.
A show of magnificence.
Splendor.
Right.
Second definition, a ceremonial or festival display, such as a train of flowers or a pageant.
Yes, sir. Whatever, download the
So that just have on the normal dictionary, just have a definition. I did not want to see Captain Dilemma in all pomp and pride in full uniform. So just here explaining what we mean as in somebody in a high rank.
somebody in a high rank. All right. Okay, so yeah, go ahead.
Now, after the definition, let's say ostentatious display, and capital have been glorified.
Being glorified. All right, so yeah. So all them things you could work out, as you had mentioned before, arrogance too, pride. Right. So again, I'll go into the just to get more clarity on the word the blue letter Bible. Just what is the name again? Right, the blue letter Bible. That is the name. The blue letter Bible. Right? It explains all of that Wallace said. And pride of them is one of them. Pride. Right? King. Right? So somebody who have pride, somebody who have a high status and the pride. Right? So let me go back to scripture here now. See, I'm reading it again now.
Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 24. Wherefore, I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses.
Right? He shall bring the worst of the heathens, and they shall possess their houses. Right? So the heathen now going to take over. So it's like, what is the word that's called gentrification? Right? The Lord, He's sending heathens now into we land. I believe that happened in Kings, in the book of Kings, where we were sinning and the Lord sent us into captives, into the heathens and them land, and the heathens and them end up coming into we land. So there's some like gentrification because we were sinning. The Lord bringing the worst of the heathens, and they will take we houses. Right? One word.
I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled.
Right, so the pomp of us, the ones who pride, the kings, the ones of us whose high status, the Israelites, that will cease. We won't have that high status anymore. All that will cease. They won't call us your Majesty or King. No, Lord, all that will cease, and our holy place shall be defiled. Meaning, our land ain't gonna be our land anymore because the heathens don't take over it. You could see it today. I think in England right now is mostly Arabs running England. Arabs all over England. Trinidad, Chinese and them, Jamaica, the Chinese. So now our holy places shall be defiled. Right? Yes, sure. Right, yeah. Right, so where our holy places was, will be taken over there. We can't call them holy places anymore. Defiled. By all them heathens just take it over. Because we sinning the Lord, sinning the worst are the heathens. The ones who are high status, we won't have a high status now. Heathens and them will be in control. Good.
Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none.
Right, so we see in destruction coming. We will be seeking peace, and there ain't gonna be none. Right? You will have lynching, raping. You will have all kind of evilness, hardship. You will be working. The minimum wage might be 1 cent. It could be hardship, destruction coming, death. They might just come and just be killing us. It could be death. So destruction coming, and we will be seeking peace, and there ain't gonna be none. Good.
Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor.
Right, so mischief upon mischief, rumor upon rumor. Today that will be the vaccine. Right? Don't take the vaccine because this might happen to you. Don't take the vaccine because you might get a blood clot and dead. Right? So right now, it's a lot of mischief and rumor. They say any shit now, they want to put shit inside of you. You know, as the captain bring out everywhere we go, you just have a chip. Cell phone have a chip, your bank card have a chip. And the chip they're putting in here is not to give you no COVID-19, it's to track it. So, so if you're so scared of the chip, then throw away your cell phone, throw away your bank card, throw away all them things that have chip in it, throw away your TV remote, right? Don't just watch it because of this rumor you see and they put the chip in it, you might turn into a frog or you might dead or some kind of nonsense. And I think they're saying if you put the phone too close to you, you just have radioactive radiation in it. All that they say, but they ain't studying that. They're studying the shit because of COVID-19. There's too much mischief and rumor. Witchcraft, when it turn on social media, the witchcraft is that mischief and rumor. If you take the vaccine, you go there. Right? And the general do a research with the blood clots, with the AstraZeneca. They say 4 people out of 1 million might end up getting blood clots. And they ain't gonna say they die from it, but they say 4 people out of 1 million. So you say, all right, if 4 people out of 1 million people just get the blood clots, But that means the Lord just wants you to take a blood clot and die. You understand? So that doesn't mean you'll be scared of it and you're going to tell people to be scared of it. If you just don't want the vaccine, just don't take it. But don't frighten somebody to not take it. Right? So there's a lot of mischief and rumor right now going on the face that you do that. Go ahead.
Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet.
Right? Then shall they say, you know, with all these mischief and rumors now, who can we go to ask about all of these mischief and rumors? Let me go to the prophets to see if they know if you have some vision or some sign now, man. They say the vaccine will make me turn into a chicken or am I dead? Let me go to the prophets to see what them go tell me now. Go ahead.
But the law shall perish from the priests and counsel from the ancients.
All right, but the law shall perish from them. Meaning when you go to these priests and prophets, they go be just like you. Them are not gonna be scared. Now, but I feel I shouldn't take it, you know. I take it and I feel my heart start to race, boy. That did. But you already don't take it, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, right. That's about it. So you know so when all these mischief and rumors going on, people go into the vision and think people want to hear what the prophets had to say. Right? But the law will be taken away from them. So when you go to them, they will know what to tell you. Them going to tell you the same thing or you telling them. Right? That's what it's going. That's what the scripture is saying. Right? Yeah, I'm sure. You say you had one question?
Yeah, why did Christ let the demons go into the swine?
You know what scripture that
Matthew 8. So I know the action, they say in this verse, right? They say they come to kill them, right? But then after they say well, why we ain't go to into the swine? I don't know, like if the demons didn't want to be death, so Christ was coming to kill them and
you know the exact scripture, Matthew 8 and all?
It started at 27, Matthew 8 and 27.
And the scripture where he let him went in what? It was 21:9 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and read it now, sure.
And behold, they cried out, saying, what have
you... No, read verse 27, this is yeah, which was verse
27?
Yeah.
But the man marveled, saying, what manner of man is this that even the wind and the sea obey him? Verse 28. And when he was come to the other side into the country of Jebuses, there met him two possessed with devils coming out of the tomb, exceedingly fierce, so that I passed by that way. Verse 29. And behold, they cried out, saying, what have we to do with thee, Yahushua, Son of God? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? Verse 30. And there was a good way off from them, and heard of many swine feeding. Verse 31. So the devil besought him, saying, if thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine. Verse 32. And he said unto them, go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine. And behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down in a steep place into the sea, and perished in the waters.
Also, you want to know why he sent the spirit into the swine?
Yeah.
Oh.
The demons that asked the body, and I don't want to know like if Christ had a different like he had Like the demons know like Christ has different torture for them.
All right, I'll get that sphere next week. I just get it correct. Proper breakdown. Any other questions?
No, last year, just a lot. Zasha was touching on that, I believe, is because I didn't need demons now, which is to damage you or destroy you or kill you. You know, so they had to execute that before the leave. You could have a job to do. So the same way also was to put the man to death by making him kill himself or injure himself. So they had to accomplish the same thing. So Christ sent them into the pigs. And then they kill and destroy the pigs by sending them over the ledge now. So that was basically it. I know you're bringing to me next week, but that is basically what I can remember considering that breakdown.
No, no sweat. Yeah, that is it, right? No question, right? Well, I just pass it as well. The prison officer Tazo.
Security announcement. Very I.S.U.P.K out of 1 was more than 20 out of New York and so.
Let's push it. Competency. All right, let's push this screen up again.
Right, very I.S.U.P.K out of 1 was 125th Street of New York and the command in GEN.YAHANNA. New brothers and sisters, when a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. You instead in Hebrew and pronounced ma'aisha. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, he gives you the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, people offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. A common holy convocation, all right, is the memorial of the blowing of trumpets. The first day of the 7th month, that is Monday, September the 6th. At sundown, you can find this in Leviticus chapter 23, verses 24 to 25, all right? My Akem, which means brothers, and Akwakem, which means sisters, to check on social media such as I.S.U.P.K.com, blackwatch.news, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, like shirts, like pants, like headband or staff, and with that beside margin, which means to stand upon your bottom to the face the east. All right. All right, the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew first. Abanao. Sheba Shemaya. Kodash. Ayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakot. Tabaha. Batazak. Ayah. Aisha. Ba'aratizak. Kawa. Ayah. Mashamaya. Tananao. Akom. Yawam. Masalatna. Kawatna. Kasalatna. Kawatina. Wala. Aina. Abba, our Shiner, Mayan, Ra, Ya, Aka, Amalakwa, Tabara, Walami, Aman.
Right, when we said in English was our Father, shout in heaven, hallowed be thy name, how, kingdom come, will be done, as it is in heaven, give us this day, daily bread, forgive us our debts, we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, deliver us from evil, for thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever, so be it.
Okay, the Hakaf, pray for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Babakasha, Tananawa, Aka, Rabba, Kamakala, Kamalawa, Aka, Tataha, Amatazaria, Aka, Lakoyam, Amati, Aka, Alrakawa, Atamala, Nagarisha, Bashim Yosha, Wada Aman.
Right? In the English, what he said was Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
To heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the
Power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
All right. Blessings here, Jesus first. Rapatay how?
Rapatay how?
Wa Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Wa Makala.
Makala.
Wa Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Wa Tazabia.
Tazabia.
Alawap Yohanna.
Alawap Yohanna.
Alawap
Alawap.
Asranium.
Asranium.
Akwatazadium.
Akwatazadium.
Akiyalium.
Akiyalium.
Wa Kwatia.
Kwatia.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Shimi Yahushua.
Shimi Yahushua.
To what Aman.
In the English, what he said was, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And
Michael.
And the
And the
angels.
angels.
Commanding general.
Commanding general.
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 Captain.
Captain.
Officer.
Officer.
Trooper.
Troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of
In the name
Yahushua.
of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Right, this says, blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and
King of
earth,
heaven and
and
earth,
all things living,
and all things living,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahushua,
listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now,
right now,
send evils and
send evils and visitors,
and punishment and
punishment and destruction
to the heathen, that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school, send evils and visitors, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the church of the rich of Israel, refuse to give to the school, force their riches, and then to thy sanctuary, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, and the nation, the court system, prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Fuzzy gay movement, lesbian movement, spies, because of witchcraft, NASA space program, army, navy, air force, marine, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airwaves, cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, or try to stop us broadcasting your words throughout the planet. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let the Yahushua, Michael, Gabriel come down with the fire and punish all the heathen that come up against us. And speak thy word, cause it to be known by all, that it is the angels that have done it, cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world, cause them to shake at thy command. In the name of Yahushua. So be it.
All right. This is the prayer and message in Hebrew first. Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua. Rapping out. Shalom. Sapari. Barak. Magan.
All the brothers and sisters fighting to come to the truth. All the brothers and sisters in the truth.
Commander General Yohanna. All the generals, captains, officers, troopers, sisters, children, destroyed of Israel. Brothers and sisters fighting to come to the truth. All the brothers and sisters in the truth. All 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. I.S.U.P.K worldwide and the family. I.S.U.K Trinidad big on the family. Atisha, Tamar.
Commander General
Captains, officers, troopers, sisters, children,
destroy the village.
Commanding General Yohanna, all the generals, all the captains, all the officers, all the troopers, all the students, Shamka, Paya, Pa, Para.
Generals, captains, officers,
troopers, sisters, children, children, Commander General, Generals, Captains, Officers, Troopers, Sisters, Children, Students, brothers and sisters fighting the community truth. Most upon all the sick and nursing of Israel. Most upon all the destroyed of Israel. Most upon all our families. Next brother.
Commander General,
Generals,
Captains,
Officers, Troopers,
Sisters, Students, all those who fight the community truth. John family, Koto family, Philip family, Alexis family.
Brothers and sisters in I.S.U.P.K.
Brothers and
sisters fighting community truth.
I.S.U.P.K. Transfer family, Brown family,
Zion,
Wesleyan, Daniel, Sheila, Chantel, Lima, Khadija, Trisha.
All brothers and sisters in the
I.S.U.P.K.
All brothers and sisters fighting the community
All brothers and sisters fighting the community truth.
Have mercy upon the destroyed Israel.
Have mercy upon our families.
Bawa,
Alicia, Aliyah, Joyce, Natwell. Bashimi Oshai, Amman.
The English of the cell was Lord, in the name of Yahushua. Bless us, and Israel, and the school. Bless he, protect our Lord. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
All right, so I'm going to give the teacher one to salute. I'm Majim Shabbat. Majim, all right. Yahweh Shabbat. That's matter, so. I'm going to give this says on 9 to the salute. I'm going to Majim Shabbat. Majim, all right. Yahweh Shabbat. That's matter, dismiss.
Yes, right? Yeah.